All right, in the summer, it's all about lighter, sweeter wines, but what kinds of wines are good for the fall?
Renee Allen, a certified specialist of wine, is also founder of the Wine Institute of New England. She's here with some thoughts on that.
It's good to see you.
Hi. Good to see you
Nice.
guys.
It's been 100 years.
It has been.
Welcome
a while.
back to season 12.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
So there are such things as comfort wines?
I'm calling this comfort booze.
Comfort booze.
Yeah, to go with the comfort foods of fall. That's what I'm doing. They're all grape based, but we've got a couple of things that are a little different today.
Yeah, because you're not a huge, I mean, fruit wines are fun, but
we don't have any fruit wines represented today. Those have their place. A lot of people like them.
You have some whites. I see a rosé.
Yeah, so.
Which is interesting, right, in the fall and winter?
Right, and we're going to go through the whole flight, so we're going to start with the whites. Of course, we drink whites when it's summer with our salads, with all of the summer and spring foods that we're eating. But when we want to have whites the rest of the year, it's nice to go a little weightier, a little heavier than some of your lighter white wines. So the first one I have here is a Chenin Blanc. It's a French grape, but they actually grow more of it in South Africa than they do in France right now.
Really?
So this is Mulderbash from South Africa. And Chenin Blanc is a very complex, multi-layered kind of wine. It's beautiful. It'll go with mac and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. And then here is a Viognier. I always talk about Viognier. It's one of my favorite grapes. Again, it's another very complex grape, and it goes well with a lot of the fall foods. Both of these could even go with Brussels sprouts, which is a popular fall food and sometimes hard to pair. Maybe some squash, roasted winter squash.
Right.
And again, the mac and cheese is great. Then I have a Pinot Gris. Now, a lot of people drink Pinot Grigio during the warmer months, usually from northern Italy. A lot of them come from there. So this is the same grape, but it's the Alsatian style. So we call it the grape Pinot Gris in France. It's the same grape as Pinot Grigio, but the Alsatian style, again, a little weightier, a little more mouthfeel. Those are things we're looking for when we're going into the colder months and you want something that has a little more substance to it. Okay. This is from Jones Winery in Shelton, Connecticut.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, we were there.
You guys go back a ways.
Yeah, well, a little bit. Yeah, we're having a good time. So we talk about rosés a lot on this show, and people think it's just a summer wine. Kara and I talk about this all the time. I know she's a great rosé lover, but it depends on the rosé. For instance, during the summer, I might have a Bazooka Bubblegum Pink rosé from Provence, but you can have a heftier rosé, just the way you can have a weightier white. So this is actually what they call it Rosado in Spain. This is El Coto from Rioja, and it's made from Tempranillo. And you can see, gentlemen, from the color,
it's made from
Tempranillo, which is the grape of Rioja. So if you drink the red Riojas, cheers. But you can see from the color, this is going to have more of everything in it, more tannins, more anthocyanins. It's going to be weightier. You can pair this with hams. You can do, I just did a bacon wrapped scallops with this. I'm going to try.
Oh, what
I could get used to that.
A lot more flavor, a little heft, a little bit of...
I do, I taste, yeah.
Yeah, it's got some herbaceousness and a lot of berry in there.
Wow.
So yeah, so keep drinking rosés even through the winter.
Okay, perfect.
But most people do tend to go towards the reds when it gets a little bit colder. So there's a lot of great grapes out there that maybe people haven't explored. This is a Côte de Rhône. It's from the southern Rhône Valley, and they have a lot of native grapes there, but they're usually Grenache dominant, their blends. So Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, a lot of people call it the GSM combination. Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre. So try that. That'll pair so well with your pot roasts, your stews. Again, if you have the red version of the Tempranillo from Rioja, that goes great with a stew with smoked paprika in it. So it goes really well with those kind of comfort foods. And also from Spain, they're doing a lot of varietal wines, single grape varieties in a wine. And here's one from Bierzo. The grape is called Mencia. So if you like kind of a robust, earthy, gritty kind of wine, you might want to try a Mencia.
Okay, and then our last minute.
And then, yeah, so dessert. I have the port, obviously, port. You get anything chocolate, chocolate and raspberries. And if you're not feeling like going out and getting a cake or baking one, have it with chocolate chip cookies. It'll go. Comfort food right there.
Works for me.
Me too.
The last one I did bring a cognac. This is Celt from France. I love that they've added something to their aging process. It spends the last 3 months with them on a ship, because they feel like the rocking motion of the ocean and the climate adds something to the cognac.
No kidding.
And that I just have by itself as a nightcap.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask this crazy question, but if it's like a pork roast or a meaty product, you would typically go with the red?
I'm typically going to go with the red, yeah. But some of them might go with the Rosado or Rosé as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talk to us about the mushroom dinner that's coming up.
Oh, yeah. We're doing a mushroom farm to table wine dinner at Chatfield Hollow Farm in Killingworth. We have a few seats left if anyone wants to. Oh, you've got the picture up there?
Isn't that beautiful?
That's what it looked like last year. Yeah, it was so popular last year. We're doing it again this year, and every dish is going to have mushrooms in it, including dessert.
I love it.
Yeah.
From
And some great
shiitake to
wines, too.
portobello.
Oh, you-
Portobellos.
We got matzatake in the dessert.
All right,
It's
to
gonna be
learn
fun.
more about that and the classes Renee offers, head on over to Renee's website. It's wineinstituteofnewengland.com.